Hello everyone, I want to talk about a brand new card that's coming out in the new Lorwyn set from a Tiny Leaders Reborn perspective, and that's Requiting Hex. So for 1 black mana, you get an instant that says, as an additional cost to cast this spell, you may Blight 1. You may put a -1/-1 counter on a creature you control. Destroy target creature with mana value 2 or less. If this spell's additional cost was paid, you gain 2 life. So I think this card is the next best spot removal card in TLR. I think it's incredibly good for only 1 black mana. And when I first saw this card, I fell in love with it, and here's why. Right off the bat, in our format of Tiny Leaders, this kills so many good targets, and all for just 1 black mana. This thing can kill a Johnny, Ragavan, Psychic Frog, Ocelot Pride, Tameo, just about every mana dork. Badgermole Cub, Orcish Bowmasters, Tifa, Thalia, Emperor of Bones, Inti, Wan Shi Tong, Baleful Strix, Arabella, and the list goes on and on. The additional cost of Blight 1 is optional. It's not mandatory. You don't need to Blight 1 in order to kill a creature. Having said that, having that Blight 1 option could prove to be somewhat useful. So for example, I can see this card fitting extremely well in a Sephiroth deck, where you don't mind your creatures dying in order to trigger Sephiroth, and of course, you get rid of one of your opponent's threats along the way. Plus, that extra 2 life is icing on the cake. This card's obvious comp is Fatal Push. Now, is it as good as Fatal Push? No, definitely not. That's not what I'm saying. Fatal Push can do so much more than this card can. However, this card is still very good, especially in a format where every legal card has to be 3 CMC or less. So yeah, it gets rid of a lot of freaking monsters in this format. And now for the cons of this card. The most obvious one is that it does absolutely nothing against 3 mana value creatures. And in our format, there are a lot of commonly played ones like Abhorrent Oculus, Barrogoyf, Sephiroth, Heliod, Rocco, Leovold, Uro and his buddy Flage, Najila, Indoraptor, Gut, Screaming Nemesis, Broadside Bombardiers, and the list goes on and on. However, I still think this card is amazing and definitely main deck worthy in a mono black deck obviously, and Orzhov decks, and Dimir mid-range decks, if not at least side deck worthy. Alright, that just about does it. Let me know what you guys think about this card. Will you be playing it? Let me know down below, and I'll see you guys on the next one.